Hello everyone, I cordially welcome you all to another video from the Python tutorial series, and in this video we are going to learn what are for loops in Python. So before we start, I have a small request. I have been observing that many of our lovely audience have not subscribed to our channel yet. So I will cordially request you all, if you are watching this video and if you think this video has helped you out or any one of our videos has helped you out, so please subscribe to our channel as that will motivate us to a huge extent. Okay, so without any delay, let's get started. In the previous video, we have already discussed what is looping or iteration. But still, I will repeat it once more because in this video, we are going to discuss on for loops as I have already said. In Python, looping or iteration is important to do a repetitive task by writing the code only once and repeat the execution of the code multiple times as required. In Python, looping are of two types, while loop and for loop. So if you are coming from any programming language background, you know in programming there are certain instances when you need to execute certain statements multiple times depending on some situations. But that doesn't mean you will write the exact same number of instructions multiple times. In those scenarios, we use loop. Okay, so in the previous video, as we have learned about while loops in Python, so in today's video, we will learn about for loop. So let's proceed ahead. The for loop in Python is mainly used to iterate upon any sequence like list, tuples, dictionaries, set, string, etc. We can iterate upon these sequences using their index or can iterate over the values directly. Like in while loop, break and continue statement also work in for loop. Okay, so in Python this for loop is extremely beneficial when you have to iterate upon certain data structures. So don't worry if this sounds confusing to you at this moment. Very soon we are going to do some hands-on which will absolutely clear your concept. Okay, we have done enough of theory as of now. Let's go to VS Code and understand by some example. Welcome to VS Code, and here in the first example we are going to learn how we use for loops in Python. Initially, I have assigned a list to a variable named numbers. So this numbers variable contain a list of numbers which we have here. Okay, and what I am doing here, I will iterate upon this list and will print them in the terminal. So how can I do that? I am writing for I in numbers, print I, and here end with a space. That is, every number will not be printed in new line. It will just be printed with a space in the middle. So what will happen? Initially, I will point at 22, 22 will be printed, space, then I will point to 43, 43 will be printed, and this will continue until I reaches the last element, prints it, and then the loop terminates. Okay, so let's run the code and check if our code is working or not. So we will go to terminal and write Python 17.py. As you can see, we are getting the numbers printed in the terminal starting from 22 up to 32. Okay, so this is working. As I've already said in the presentation, we can directly iterate upon any data structure in Python to print the elements. Okay, suppose here we don't have any numbers, but we have a word, and let the word be program. Now, if I iterate upon this word, just see what happens. I will again go to this terminal and run our code. You see, we are printing each character of this word separated by a space. So this is the beauty of for loop in Python. For loops basically allow you to iterate upon any linear data structure without any hassle. Okay, let's go to the next example. In this example, you will learn a new thing. What is this range method? Okay, so remember, range is a function in Python which gives you an iterable. Okay, so range at least need one argument, that is the endpoint, and that endpoint is always exclusive. It is not counted within the iterable, and maximum range function can have three arguments: the starting point, the limiting point, and the increment value. So here, as you can see on my screen, I am writing for I in range 1 to 11. I am printing the value of I. with a space in the middle. Okay. So when we say range 1 to 11, that means range will return an iterable which will start from 1 and end in 10. It will not go up to 11. The starting index is always inclusive within this range function, but the ending index is always exclusive in nature. So if we run the code, you will see we will get from 1 to 10 and not 11. So basically if you say range a comma b, that means the loop will start from a and it will end in b minus 1. Okay. Similarly, you can have another argument, that is 2. Now what will happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here you have a difference of 1. But now if we run the code, you will see we have a difference of 2. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Because after 9 that will become 11. And 11 is outside the scope of this iterable, so it will not get printed. In this example, we will not directly iterate upon the given linear data structure, but we will use indexing to iterate upon this data structure and print its index with the value present in that index. Okay. We have numbers array which contains this number. So rather than directly iterating upon numbers, that is for I in numbers, we will use range and len function in Python. So len will return the length of this array. As you can see, our array contains almost 8 elements if I am not wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. So len will return 8, and if len returns 8, this will be for I in range 8. So when I in range 8, now range will return an iterable from 0 to 7. Okay. And we will print the index, that is 0 to 7, and numbers I, that is the value present in that index. Now if I run the code, you will see 0, 22, 143, 256, and it will end in 732. That is, in the 0th position 22 is present, in the first position 43 is present, in the second position 56 is present, and similarly in the 7th position 32 is present. Okay. So this range and len together is very helpful when you want to iterate upon a linear data structure, and also you need to get the index of that position. Okay. Let's understand our last example. The last example is basically an extra example where I am just showing you that break statements in for loop basically work exactly the same way they do in while loop. If we run our code, you will see 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Because I in range 1 to 11, that is the iterable will be starting from 1 and end in 10. So for all the values of I starting from 1 to 10, whenever I hits 5, the iteration will stop. So it will print 1, 2, 3, 4, and as soon as I will be 5, break statement will be encountered and this loop will terminate. Okay. So this for loop and while loop are very helpful in case of programming in Python. If you are facing any doubt in for loop, I will post the link of our blog in the description section below. You can go and check it out. So let's go back to our presentation. I hope you found this video informative. In case you like this video, please feel free to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We are going to bring more videos in future. For any queries, doubts, suggestions or feedbacks, feel free to post them in the comment section. We are going to reply. So thank you for now. See you in the next video. Bye.